Hello again. So after we finish the chapter, here is the practice of it. Basically, you are responsible for question 1, question 2, question 3 from the end chapter questions, plus slide 27 and 28, which are very important anyway, so I wanted to mention again here. Okay, so what about the problems? Okay, so I don't want to go over the questions because easily you can find the answer. Okay, very easily if you check the video and refer to the books and slides. That's problems. You are responsible for 1, 6, 9, 10, part A. Okay, let me highlight it, part A, not all of it, not part B and C. Okay, so let's start with the problems. Now suppose first problem says that suppose a country has a net export of 40. Okay, net export equals to 40. Transfer payments equals to 20. Net investment equals to investment income equals to minus 15. The balance of payment equals 10. The current, find the country's current account. Okay, current account. Current account and capital account. Okay, capital, sorry for that. Now current account equals to 40 plus 20 minus 15, which is equal to 45. This equals to balance of payment 10 minus 45, and that equals to minus 35 anyway. Okay, that was the answer of problem 1. So now I'm moving to problem 6 over here. It's a long problem but enjoyable. Okay, 6. Okay, so the question says that suppose the European demand for a US machine is given by the following equation. Okay, quantity divided by 240 Ks divided by P. Here Q is the quantity of the US machines bought by the European, and P is the price of in euros of the US machine. If the exchange rate is 0.8 euro per dollar and the dollar price of a machine is $12,000, what is the euro price of the machine? Okay, so the price is given as dollar. It's asking us to find the price in euro. So the answer is given here No, I just wrote that down. So we calculate the dollars to euro rate, and then we understand the price will be 9,600 euros. Okay. Second part. According to the demand function just given, how many machines would the European buy? So how many machines? 240k divided by 12,000 equals to 25 machines they can buy. If the dollar price of the machine remained unchanged but the exchange rate fell to 0.625 per dollar, what would the price of a machine now would be? So using the same mechanism of the first A part, the price will be 7,500 euros. Okay. D. Now how many machines they would buy? How many machines they would buy? So we could have calculated in this way. Yeah, equals 240k multiplied by 0.625 divided by 705,000 euros and equal to 32 machines. Okay, machines. So if the exchange rate depreciated, the value of the currency depreciated, that would stimulate export. That's what this problem trying to tell us. At the exchange rate of 8 euro per dollars, what's the quantity demand of dollar by the Europeans? So that will be 25 multiplied by $12,000, which equals to $300,000. Okay. And what about if at the exchange rate of 0.625, so we know at this exchange rate 32 machines will be required. Okay, so basically 32 multiplied by 12,000 equals to 384,000. Okay. G. So the demand for currency increases. Okay. If the machines were the only US export to the European sorry. Okay, we can skip that one. Is asking us to draw a graph. So now let's see what the H part is asking us. At the exchange rate of 0.8 euro per dollar or 1.25 dollar per euro, what the quantity supplied of the euros by the Europeans? So that would be 240,000, and I at the exchange rate of 0.625 euro per dollar, or 1.6 euro. What's the quantity supplied of euro by the Europeans? The quantity supplied stays unchanged. Okay, with J part also I would skip it because it's about the curve as well. And now we move to problem 9. Okay, let's find it here and start to solve it. Those were selected problems, and even 10a. Okay, now suppose that domestic price level P grows at the rate of 2% per quarter for 5 years, while foreign price level grows at the rate of 2% per quarter for 5 years. At what rate must nominal exchange rate change if the purchasing power parity holds? Okay, so the nominal exchange rate, to answer this question we can use simply this formula. Change in the real exchange rate is the difference between change in the inflation of price level of a foreign currency and domestic currency. So here is 1. So the answer will be minus 0.1 or minus 1%. It means depreciates. Okay, so over the upcoming periods of the quarters, or for 5 years, that will be depreciated by minus 1 if PPP holds. Okay, so what about question 10a? Let's go over the question first. This question is related to the slide 27 and 28 and also LMIS curve. Okay, now given these specifications, consumption is autonomous consumption over here, government revenue is given over here, real money supply demand is this equation are given here. Okay, all specifications are given here, and sorry for that. Okay, I went a little bit far. So the first part, A part, is asking us to okay, and also we have net income over here, money supply, and all other specifications. Initially, let the foreign and domestic interest rate be equal to equal. Okay, so the R equals RF and let the foreign exchange rate E equal 2. Okay. Derive the equation for net export. So we have A1. Okay. So derive the equation for net exports. So given exchange rate equal to 2, the net export will be 870 minus 0.08 income minus 200 multiplied by 2, which equals to 470 minus 0.08 y. Okay. 2. Compute the value of the multiplier. So the value of multiplier, which is k, equal to 1 divided by 0.4 equals 2.5. So this tells us that any change in income will affect the consumption by 2.5 times. So part 3 says that compute or derive the equation for autonomous plant spending schedule, AP. Okay, so how we state that one, we state it in this way. Let me enlarge it in a way that you can see it. Now what does that equal to? 200 plus I think there is something wrong over here. Okay, 200 plus or minus 8R minus 0.85 multiplied by 200. We just convert the equation to number, okay? Plus 1700 minus 32R plus 1800 plus 470, which equals to, by deducting the negatives from the positives and combining all of them, 4000 plus or minus 40 R's. Okay, this is the result. What about, so if you want to know how we get these numbers over here, so go and check for these items in the given question. Okay, we just placed 200 over here and there's nothing to be very strange to you. Now derive the equation of IS curve. Okay, so the equation of IS curve tells us that income, okay, so let me before I bring it here, IS curve, income equals to KP. Multiplier, so multiplier effect K multiplied by autonomous planned consumption. Okay, K A P, that's it, and equals to, let me get this free, equals to 2.5 4,000 minus 40 R, which equals to 10,000 minus 40 R, or 100 R's. Okay. 5. Derive the equation of LM curve. Derive the equation of LM curve. In order to derive LM curve, we should set the real money supply equal to real money demand over here. Okay, so I'm writing it here, 0.25 here. Y, let me write LM curve, real money supply equals to real money demand. Y minus 25 R equal to, what was the real money supply function? 2,250. Okay, 2,250. We come down to do the rest of the adjustment. So we divide both sides by 0.25, and Y will be equal to 9,000 plus 90 R, or 100 R's. Okay, now, yeah, that was the fifth part as well. What about 6? Compute the equilibrium of domestic and foreign interest rates. The equilibrium of foreign and domestic interest rates. Okay, so what we do here, we set IS curve to be equal to LM curve, and we solve for R. Okay, now where was the R? Okay, 10,000 minus 100 R equal to 9,000 plus 100 R's. Okay, so now by replacing and solving for this equation, we would have 1,000, sorry, this should be 10,000. 1,000 equals to 200 R. So R equals to 1,000 divided by 200, which equals to 5 over here. So the interest rate is 5%. Okay, R. Now 7. Compute the equilibrium of real output. So in this case we can just use one of them, like LM or IS curve, and solve for Y, income, real output. Okay, equals, for example, I'm using this one, 9,000 plus 100. We have R now, okay, and that gives us 9,500. Okay, yeah, that was the end of the problems. So we have part B and C, when the interest rate changes and exchange rate changes over here, but I don't go over them. We are enough with this. Thanks again for your attention.